Everybody, this is Cover Wars. Thank you so much for joining us. This is our very first live. If you couldn't tell, I think it's very, very obvious. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm your host, AJaX. This is Isaac and Seth, but it's really just Seth. Isaac's watching from a dinner table with kids jumping around. I don't know if they're probably well behaved and sitting in chairs watching us. But no, Seth is my co-host and just the best buddy anybody could have for this amazing show. Well, it's, we couldn't do this without you, and I couldn't do this without you. It was way back on July 21st that we aired our first show together. But before that, I did a very special episode with my brother Adam. Shout out to Adam. And that was a very special episode, which started this whole thing off where we did the very best Weird Al polkas. So we ranked all of them. And the following polkas were the best. So spoiler alert, here we go. Number 3 was the alternative polka. The alternative polka from Bad Hair Day. That's number 3. Number 2 was Polka Power. That's right. Polka Power from Running with Scissors. And in ascending order, that's right. Number 1 was Angry White Boy Polka. That was from the album Poodle Hat. So every one of them in ascending order. It was weird how that happened, but it came to be. So thank you, Adam, for starting this, for kicking this off. And then Seth joined me so we could do the next 20 shows. We did 20 shows. We did a full season. It is incredible. We went all the way from July 21st to December 1st. It was amazing. I'm so happy that we did this, and you could join me for this. So, Seth, what has been and I hate to put you on the spot, but I'm just coming up with all these questions. What has been the best part about doing Cover Wars for you?
I had a rough year, so it's been a great distraction for my different things that's gone on. It's been a lot of fun to listen to, which I didn't realize there were so many covers out there of these great songs. So it's been a lot of fun going over them and hitting to hang out with you as well as some of our friends that have guested on the show. And it's just been a lot of fun, a lot of good times.
Well, I thank you so much for joining me on this journey, and can't wait for more episodes to come, more seasons to come. We're going to start season 2 right off the bat. We're going to kick it off next Sunday. At the end of this live stream, you will find out which song we will be doing. We record on Sunday, and then we publish on Monday. So next Monday, you will get to see a brand new episode, the first episode of season 2. We've got a lot of changes in store, and we're going to touch on those as we go, but let's get right into this. First, let's go over each episode. I'm just going to briefly describe our episodes and the songs, plus the original artist. So our very first episode that you and I did was back on July 21st, and that was Take On Me by AHA, one of the quintessential 80s songs out there. Then, the very next week, July 28th, we did Dancing in the Dark, which is a Bruce Springsteen classic. Of course, everybody remembers the Courtney Cox cameo before she was famous at all in that video, and we touched on that. Then, Seth, do you remember what the next one was? This was your first suggestion. This was on August 4th. Do you remember?
It was the classic, Nothing Compares to You.
That's the one. Yeah, the Prince classic, Nothing Compares to You. Somebody made that a little more famous. Touch on that later, probably. Then, Mr. Brightside. That was my suggestion. That was August 11th. Then, Seth, you suggested we do Toxic by Britney Spears, which, of all the ones I know, that was the one that surprised me the most. But also, I was shocked at how much I loved the song. Like, it's just such a great song. Like, I mean, Britney Spears, not somebody that I listen to on a regular basis, back then even, but wow, just a well-constructed tune. Then we went into Black Hole Sun, August 25th. And then you suggested we do Seven Nation Army on September 1st. What a great song. The arena rock anthem. Anywhere you go across this globe, you will find that being played in soccer stadiums and amphitheaters across the universe. Hey, we should probably do Cross the Universe. What do you say, Seth?
Sounds good.
But hey, this is a good one. After Seven Nation Army, then we went into a suggestion and an appearance by our first guest on our show. And this was Ben. Our friend Ben joined us for his suggestion, In the Air Tonight. And that was a fantastic request and a great show. He did a great job and such a great request. I mean, that's one of those songs that where if you like name 10 songs, like somebody goes, hey, name 10 songs, quick, rattle them off. That's got to be in there somewhere. And then we did Your Love, which was one of my requests, the Outfield classic, Your Love. And that was September 15th. Then, Seth, do you remember what we did on September 22nd? Do you recall the suggestion that you made on that date?
A little song called Come Together.
Oh, yeah, and it all came together for us. That was one of, I think looking back, that's probably my favorite episode. So I'm so happy that you requested that. What a great song.
Well, thank you, sir.
So good. I mean, a lot of memories came rolling back with that one. And then we had our first listener request come in. We had a comment on our YouTube page, one of our first comments, and it was a positive comment, which is hard to come by these days on the YouTubes, as many of you know. This was Jesse's Girl by Rick Springfield. What a classic 80s song that is. And then we got another request. In this one, we wanted to do with Ben, but we decided we need to at least do Ben's request, and we did, and that is Say My Name by Destiny's Child. And I was kind of like, wow, what a great request. So off the wall and different. And then I got to looking them up. There's so many covers of Say My Name. It's crazy. But that was a fun episode too. That was on October 6th. Then October 13th, my request, Hey Ya by Outkast. And it's funny, that was on, October 13th. It's funny, this is, I knew who was going to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. However, it didn't even occur to me while I was picking that one and while you were picking Seven Nation Army that we picked the White Stripes and we picked Outkast. The very season that they would be inducted. It's just funny. And so those got us some hits. But yeah, loved that episode as well. And then another guest appearance by the aforementioned Isaac. He requested this a long time before we did this episode. It took me a month or two to find enough covers to fill the episode, but the Reading Rainbow theme song, probably our most off the wall episode. But it just goes to show you, if you have a request, no request is too crazy. If we can't find, if we can find the covers, we are going to do the episode. And so I just think that was so much fun digging into Reading Rainbow. Then after Reading Rainbow, we did, by listener request again, another YouTube request. This was Careless Whisper, which is an excellent request of a song. And that was on October 27th. Then, Seth, you just floored me with this request. You said two words, and then when you said the location, I was taken aback because I thought of all the locations to follow the word sweet and home. I did not expect the location to be Chicago. I'm so happy that it was Chicago versus Alabama. And I will say this, maybe sometime in the very, very distant future, we will do like season 16. We'll do Sweet Home Alabama. I don't know. But Sweet Home Chicago, oh, what a great choice. That was November 3rd. Then I suggested we got to get into the swiftness. And so we swiftly decided to do Blank Space, my favorite Taylor Swift song, on November 10th. Then a viewer request. So this was an excellent request by Eileen Moore, requested we do Little Wing by Jimi Hendrix. What a classic song. And I think that took you aback. You were like, whoa.
It did.
You were not expecting Little Wing.
Very interesting request.
Interesting because that's one of those things where, like, when you think Jimi Hendrix, you don't immediately go to Little Wing. You go to other songs. So,
yeah.
I love that. And then Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. That was a half request from you and half request from one of your friends. And then finally, just this past December 1st, we did When the Party's Over, my last choice of the season. by Billie Eilish. And what a way to round out season 1. So
Yes.
I will also say this too. If anybody is commenting right now, I can't tell because I don't have anything up.
So I've got it.
So go
they
ahead.
just were letting us know that we were live and saying hello.
Thank you. Hello. Hello, everyone.
So I'm saying hello back. I sent out a couple messages to say hello back.
All right. I appreciate it. And if anyone does have any questions, and Seth, if you're able to read those questions, that's fine. I'm going to take a little swig from my honey bear head. I have been feeling under the weather today. So if you can indulge me just for, I don't know, it's probably going to be about a 10 to 15 second process. But Seth, if you can think of something to say real quick while I drink from this upside down honey bear head.
I think what is most interesting about doing cover wars is that you get these original songs, and not only are you trying to find the covers of these versions, but you're trying to rank them without mentioning the original. Basically, we give the bio and everything, but we don't give our personal. You're killing me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm done now. No, it's funny that you mentioned that, though. I was paying attention. No, I was drinking from an upside down bear. Now, it's funny that you mentioned that because, Seth, did you not have an idea that we are going to go ahead and bring to light here for our second season? Why don't you go ahead and mention what we're going to give the listeners as a little treat, a little added bonus at the end of every episode, starting with next episode.
So on our season 2, we will be ranking our originals along with the I would imagine our number 1s or number 3s. I would imagine. We haven't discussed that.
Well, we haven't gone into too much detail other than we will talk about the original, specifically whether or not there's any covers that not only rival the original, but in some cases are better than the original. They're going to be an elite class. Yeah. And then by the end of season 2, we'll even retroactively zip on back to this first season, and we'll really dig deep and think, okay, are there any songs where the covers are better than the original? I have one that definitely is, of these 20, and I'll mention that later on in the show. Okay, so Seth, do you want to just get right down to it and reveal our number 5s here?
I think it's a good time. Ready and willing.
All right, Seth, I got to know from you right now, what is your number 5?
My number 5 for season 1, number 1s is, believe it or not higher than this. Nothing Compares to You.
Okay, Nothing Compares to You. So, yeah, I like how you preface that by saying the words, believe it or not higher than this, and it's number 5. Okay, please, just a brief synopsis of why that ranked at number 5.
It's an iconic, emotional take. Of course, Prince did a wonderful job crafting the song. However, Sinead O'Connor did an amazing job singing it, and I had to give her props on that. So that,
yes,
unfortunately, it's not higher. It had to land somewhere, and that's where it landed on this list.
Respect. Okay, so I'm so happy too that before you gave your number 5, you explained what it is we're doing, since I failed to do that. So let me go ahead and briefly share. I'm a little backwards here. You see, this is my first ever live. I apologize. I'm a little bit of a doofus. So for this very special live event, what we are doing is we are taking all of our number 1s that Seth and I decided on. It was the result of our cover war. Cover war, we battled it out. We decided a number 3, number 2, and a number 1. Those number 1s, what we did is we made a playlist of all of our number 1s for each of the 20 episodes that we did. And we are going to do exactly what we always do in cover wars. We are going to give you our top 5s, and then at the end, we're going to battle it out and give you the top 3 quintessential covers of season 1 of Cover Wars, the covers that we have covered on the show, culminating in the best cover ever of season 1. It's going to be great. Okay, Seth kicked us off with number 5. His number 5 was Sinead O'Connor covering Prince's iconic classic, Nothing Compares to You. My number 5 Are you ready, Seth?
Oh, I can't wait.
My number 5 is a song called Mr. Brightside from the August 11th, 2025 episode. This was from Sydney Rose. Sydney Rose, an artist not many people are familiar with, but let me tell you, you should be, because if a butterfly could whisper into your ear, it would sound something like Sydney Rose. If a rose petal could land on your nose and kiss your cheek, it would sound like Sydney Rose. This song is so good. It's so well done. It tugs at the heartstrings, and it's Mr. Brightside. And it's like, this song should have no business sounding this good, and it does. So that is why, for me, my number 5 is Mr. Brightside, Sydney Rose.
We've got a comment.
Please,
hey Dad, hey Dad, you're doing a great job, Carter.
Nice. All right, thanks, Carter. I only. It was only until just now that I remembered that you were watching. So now I'm gonna get all choked up. But no, thank you. I appreciate it. And then speaking of which, so Carter's good friend and cousin. I got to give a shout out to Jonah. Jonah, if you're watching, hello. And Jonah mentioned something to me that's funny. First of all, he does want a guest on our show, so we'll see if we can make that happen. That's going to be up to Jonah's mom, my sister. We'll see. But Jonah mentioned one thing, and he said, Aaron, I know, and that's my real name. We'll just leave that to the live, not AJaX. Okay, he said AJaX. I figured out the algorithm. I'm like, oh, you did? And he said, yes. So all you have to do is mention Mr. Beast, Taylor Swift, Skittles, and M&M's. So there you go, Jonah. I just mentioned it. Hopefully this live stream just goes gangbusters on the YouTube now. So there you go. He did also give me an idea for a cover to cover on the show. So we'll see if we use that later on. I just have to make sure that I can find enough covers of that song. So we'll see. Okay, Seth. I got to ask, what is your number 4?
Number 4 was difficult for me. And I've kind of toyed around with almost all of the rankings in the last few days. Number 4, I thought would be a lot higher. Again, nothing compares to you. Number 4, Come Together.
Wow. Okay. Come Together. That is, I can see why that's difficult, because that was a very important one for you. So Come Together. So Michael Jackson at number 4 was Come Together. Let's see. Come Together. That was our number 1. This was back on September 22nd, 2025. So why did Michael Jackson land at number 4 for you with Come Together?
Well, it had to land somewhere, and I tried to get it in the top 5. So it was just classic MJ, and that's what did it. So
yeah, we don't want to spoil everything about that episode, but there was one particular version that Seth liked a little bit more, or should I say a lot of bit more. And that was by a band that not a lot of people know, but they're called The Meters. And
yes.
of all the episodes, I still think that's our best episode. But of all the episodes, this is the one where Seth was the most disappointed that I did not have The Meters at number 1.
Yes.
So yeah, just lend a little bit of your reasoning as to why the Meters should have hit that number 1 spot.
Well, to me, that song was really funky. It had a lot more, I don't know,
Soul, funk,
soul, maybe precision.
Okay.
It just landed better to me, and I know it's kind of like, well, this is my job to do on this podcast, is to give my opinion. So I mean, that's
Absolutely.
what it was. I thought the Meters did a better job, but that's just me.
Hey, but you were still willing to put MJ at 4. That's pretty good. I mean, that's saying something right there. That shows you the impact he had in that song as well. So very good. Okay, Seth, are you ready for my number 4?
I am.
Okay, I'm glad to hear it, because my number 4 is, let me see here. Where do I have it? I have it somewhere on here. Oh yeah, my number 4 is Sarah Bareilles. Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road. Hey, didn't we just do that a couple weeks ago? Yes, we did. So, Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road. This was the viewer request from all the way back on November 24th, 2025. We had at number 3, we had Ellie Drennan, and at number 2, we had Wax and Coco Mo. But that version, Sarah Bareilles, this was live from Atlanta. Something about that version of the song, too, but just the way she plays it and her voice. My goodness, her voice. She can hit some notes that not a lot of artists can hit. And I think her version of that song is just incredible. So, Seth, by your giggles, I can assume that we have some comments coming in. You want to go ahead and share with the class, please?
I just wrote down for that take, there's power and technique. If you listen to it again and again, like I have, you notice the build. The song gets stronger and stronger and stronger, and it's so emotional. My goodness! Oh wow,
love it, love it. Okay, so now we've got to talk about some of the other things that we're going to introduce into our new season. So all of our 20 episodes are nice and they're compact, and I think that the length for the most part is nice, but I think we're going to get it down to more of a 30-minute to 45-minute show. We've been kind of averaging between 45 minutes and an hour. And I think one way that we're going to get it down to that 30 to 45 range is we're going to just give the people what they want. We're going to go ahead and start using sound clips and little tiny sound clips shared from YouTube videos. And then we're also going to be giving you the rankings up front first, before we talk about the artist, before we get into anything else. We're going to give you our top 5 right at the top of the show. Okay, so Seth, what were your thoughts on doing it this way and that new approach?
I think it's going to help in all directions. I think it's really going to help with watching. It's going to keep more attention, and it's going to help round the show up a little bit better. I'm just looking forward to it.
Yeah, I can't wait. I really think it's the way to go. I mean, we've had a lot of analytics that we've reviewed. We've had a lot of suggestions from friends and counterparts. None from enemies, though. And I don't think that I would have swallowed my pride enough to take suggestions from enemies. So I'm glad that we didn't do that. So yeah, it's going to be fun. We'll get into some of our guests that we might have on the show here in just a little bit. But before that, Seth, what is your number 3?
My number 3 is someone we never talked about before. Sarah Bareilles, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
Oh my goodness. All right, so we have a match. Yes. So you might have noticed if you're watching the show, Seth and I are both huge SNL fans. We like to say we have a match. It's a match because the Target lady, it's a match. That's one of her like favorite sayings, and so we always put up the little GIF. It's GIF, right? Not GIF. Yeah. Let's not be stupid.
It's GIF. It's
the GIF of the Target lady saying it's a match. Good. Okay, so that's when the driver's license matches the credit card. Nobody does that anymore because you can just use the chip reader. It's outdated, but still fun.
That dates that a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. So why did you choose Miss Sarah Bareilles?
As I mentioned before, it's the power, it's the technique, it's the sheer precision. She was an a cappella singer before she became a solo artist, and it shows. It shows.
Right. Okay. Very good. Okay. So speaking of SNL, we made that little clumsy transition there. I am part of a Patreon group called the Saturday Night Network, which what's funny is so they go live in about 34 minutes from now. So I want to try to hop off like a little bit before they start because I got to watch that. Huge fan of Saturday Night Live. So I'm a huge fan of what they do at the Saturday Night Network, and that community is great. They have such amazing people who are fans of the show and have also made their own podcasts as well, like offshoots of the network. And it's funny because I get this message out of the blue from one of our great fellow Patreon members over in the Saturday Night Network, and we might have 3 guests lined up for season 2. So I'm excited for that. And then I got to thinking, I could probably ask around and get some more. So then we might have a couple more. And then we might have like a friend or 2 here and there. We might have Jonah. So we might have a good like 10 of our 20 episodes of season 2 might have actual guests. And then of course we can always welcome back Isaac and Ben, and we haven't had Sheldon on yet either. We got to get Sheldon with maybe a game. He's a gamer, so we might have to think. And I also think, is Sheldon into? He's got to be into like I want to say like late 70s, early 80s yacht rock. He seems like a yacht rocker to me. Like he if we did like a Christopher Cross sailing or something, I'm sure we could find something for him. Right? Yeah. But anyway, without any further ado, Seth, are you interested in my number 3?
Now I wanted to know if we're going to match again, because I didn't think we were, but
it's funny. I told you before we started, we weren't going to have any matches at all. And believe it or not, we've already got one. So yes, my number 3 is Hozier with Say My Name. Yeah, so this is, this, again, I loved this recommendation from our friend Ben. Say My Name, it was an incredible episode, and Hozier's version of Say My Name, for me, is by far the best version of all the covers of this. I mean, it's so good. And this was back on October 6th, we did that episode. And I just think his voice is incredible. And to hear his voice contrasted to an R&B song is just, it's funny, but it's not funny in a way that makes the song ironic. It's funny in a way you're just like, I cannot believe that Hozier is doing Destiny's Child. It makes your brain like twist into knots just thinking that it actually exists. And when you hear it, you're like, oh, but it's so amazing. Like he's doing such an incredible job with it. Like, what is going on right now? So yeah, that's why I've got Say My Name at number 3. So I'm trying to think, did I mention, are we doing anything else that I forgot to mention from the new? Oh yeah, there is a theme song that we might, I'm going to go ahead and play it. I might use this and I might not. And I don't have the tech skills and savvy at the moment to like play it through the live stream. So I'm going to hold it up to the microphone and see what happens. But my brother made this through the Suno app, and yes, I know, AI, whatever. But, and again, I may or may not use it. The problem is it's 30 seconds long. That's a long time, and people don't like long intros, and I'm thinking maybe if I condense it, but I also might write my own. Seth might send me some music. I might find music online that I can pull from the old database. But check this out, guys. This could be, it's possible. This is going to be our new cover wars theme song. Yeah, something like that. Just where we find you, the two daughters of the populism. Wait for it. Okay, so even if we don't use that, what I might do is I might save it and just play it at the end of every episode as like a bumper outro, because it is a little wordy. Because I kind of wanted, the reason I gave Adam all of the words to it to make it for me was because I'm like, okay, if we have it in the theme song, we don't have to say anything. We just go right into the show. But that's lazy. So I might say that every time anyway. We'll see. Hey, drop a comment. Let us know. What do you think? All right. So speaking of comments, are there any more comments?
I was just about to say, Gallagher Guy 88 says, yeah, I'm over here all lonely.
Well, hello. Give us some ideas. We would love to have you on the show, Sheldon. Just let us know. In fact, we got a spot for our episode 2. So let us know. And if you can think of a video game related song, it doesn't have to be, but a yacht rock song, I'm just throwing that out there. Whatever your genre of choice and your song of choice is, as long as we can find 20 covers, which we should be able to do.
So we got another comment. It says, yes, use that song. Love it. And I agree. I think we should use that song. I love that song. I think it's awesome.
All right. I like it too. We very well could. So
I wouldn't mind toying around with coming up with something, but I like that.
Either way, I might use it as the outro. Like I said,
Okay.
it's just a little wordy. That's my only problem. That's my only faux pas. Faux pas. Look at me. I didn't think I'd pass school, but I used the word faux and pas.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know what I just did there. It's a good thing we're not live. That would have been embarrassing.
Oh
Anyway,
boy.
hey, Seth, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What is your number 2?
Have you been cheating off my notes?
Excuse me? I would never.
Because number 2, I've got Say My Name.
You have got to be kidding me. Oh my gosh. It's a match. I can't believe it. Okay, so I legitimately thought, listening to all these songs, because I really, we had our preferences. There were some of these where I'm just like, okay, there's no way that you're going to like this song as much as I do. And then it either ends up being like the same exact number or 1 or 2, 3 or 4, whatever. But Say My Name was the best of all the covers. It was the Hozier version. So why did you have it as your number 2?
Say My Name. It's just a perfect change up. I mean, honestly, he took a song, reinterpreted it in his own style, and made it better. I mean, what else can I say about it?
I agree. I mean, I thought it was so good. I was just floored when I heard it the first time. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. And then, I just kept playing it over and over again. So very good.
Gallagher 88 says,
go ahead.
how is your Break Room album coming along at AJaX?
Okay, so I have a lot of ideas for it, Gallagher guy, but I just need the time to record it and the tech to record it. So we'll see what happens. I was talking to Seth before the show and just told him basically I need to find out if I can get my studio onto my new laptop. But anyway, go ahead.
Then Carolina Girl says, have Seth do that song acoustically with a smiley face.
There you go. There you go, Seth. So yeah, just send it to me. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. So, Seth, are you ready for my number 2 pick?
I think I am.
Okay, my number 2 is a little song by a little band covered by a little guy. The name of the song is Come Together. Originally by The Beatles, performed by Michael Jackson. So we have another match. Is that 3 matches, Seth?
Yes, I've got it. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. What is going on? Okay, so Come Together. I have so many memories of this song because of the covers. I was never like a person who listened to the Beatles all the time. A lot of kids growing up, their parents listen to the Beatles, and so they get into the Beatles, and that's a great thing. And I love that. I mean, they are like arguably the best band of all time, but they were a band when there weren't a lot of bands. Bands were just starting. The actual formation of bands weren't much of a thing until the Beatles came along. But then you had all these artists covering the Beatles' great songs. One of them, Aerosmith, which did Aerosmith even make her top 3? I can't remember if they
I
did
think it was 6. 5 or 6.
Yeah, which is crazy. Yeah, that's right. Because we had at number 3, we had the Meters. Then we had Gary Clark Jr. and Junkie XL. And then Michael Jackson. So the Michael Jackson version of Come Together, we mentioned it on the show, but he at one time owned the rights to all the Beatles songs, or the majority of the Beatles songs. And he didn't release, like he would do some of them live, but he didn't release anything until his History album came out. And he put Come Together on there, and I played that song so often. It was so good. His anger in that song, the way he just would just like lay into the notes, it was undeniable. And for me, the Meters, as much as I did like that and appreciate that song, it was their number 3. That's pretty good. I had to go with MJ here because I had just such a sentimental tie to that song and that version. So number 2, Come Together, Michael Jackson.
Wow.
Okay. So normally in our past episodes, we would give you honorable mentions and we would go through them and we would list them all. For our next season, for season 2, we're going to do that after. I was telling Seth before the show as well. Yeah, we talked before the show. It's nothing. It's whatever. But we have, again, the similar interest of Saturday Night Live. And in that same community, that SNL community, completely different. I would love to have these two on the show, but I don't know. That'd be a pretty big get. Thomas Senna and Jeremy Dove, they do this podcast called Pop Culture 5. If you haven't listened to it, go listen to it. It is incredible. They have great voices, and their knowledge is just unbelievable, the stuff they know. It's crazy. They do the elite 5, like the essential, that's the word I wanted, essential 5. So they don't rank. They just say these are the 5. But they don't do the honorables until after. And I started listening to it really closely, and I'm like, you know what? That has a better ring to it, and the show flows a lot more naturally, and it's not distracting. It's like, all right, come on already, get to the number 1. So, yeah, we're going to start doing that. We're going to do the honorables after, and we'll begin with this live. We'll do it after. So, Seth, without any further ado, what is your number 1?
If I can preface this real quickly.
Yes, please. Go for
by
it.
saying, I didn't think we were going to have any matches in the top 5.
Okay.
I am turning the page, and I'm completely optimistic. I think we might have a matchy match.
Really?
As our number 1. I'm hoping.
I don't know.
I'm really hoping. And if it doesn't, it's not going to break my heart because we have some great songs already.
Okay.
My number 1 of this season is 7 Nation Army.
Okay. Nice. Okay, so this is a very unique one because they're two artists that not a lot of people, including myself before we recorded that show, have ever heard of these artists. Very, very unique, very different. And those artists are Nostalgia 77 and Alice Russell. And why, Seth, did you pick this one for your number 1?
Honestly, to me, this song is as good as it could be. This song took everything from the original, threw it against the wall as if it was a jazz song, and then brought it back to life with different bones. And it was amazing.
Yeah. All the way to Wichita.
All the way to Wichita.
Far from this opera forevermore.
That's right.
No, look, that song is incredible. I love it. I love their version of it so much. And it's just, it really speaks to you. I mean, when you hear it, there's something about it. It just kind of vibrates through your mind. You're just listening. You're like, wow, this is such a vibe. It's such a great beat. And it's just such a unique take on it too. So I really enjoy that pick for number 1. But Seth, are you ready for my number 1?
I'm keenly aware and anticipation.
Okay. Unfortunately, it is not.
That's okay.
It's not the same as you. However, it is kind of a match because you did mention this, and that is Nothing Compares to You by Sinead O'Connor. So when I think of what are the best covers, not of just season 1 of Cover Wars, but of all time ever in existence of the history of covers, like I think if you were to poll somebody and say, hey, quick, write down the best covers or any covers that you know of songs that are popular covers, but they're not the original artists, I think a lot of people would pick this. Now, that is not why I chose it personally. I just believe that it's the strongest song on here. It's the strongest version and the best version. In fact, I will go ahead and tell you that even though Prince, one of the best musicians of all time, one of the best artists of all time, he had such a great version of the song. I mean, it was incredible. It was his song. It was great. But then you heard Sinead O'Connor's version, and it was completely different. It was a completely different take. It was moody. It was heavy. It was dark. It was deep. It was personal. But you felt every bit of emotion in her voice. It was so raw and honest. You knew that she made that song her own. That was her song, even though it was Prince's. It was her song. That's why that, for me, that is number one. And I'm so happy that we matched. It was a 1 and a 5-er, but it matched. And now, Seth, now we battle in a cover war. A cover war that I thought would be a battle. And in the end, we had 4 of 5. Like, did we even do that on the show through the season?
I don't think so.
I don't think we ever had 4. I mean, we had 3 a couple times,
so.
But we never did 4. It was so funny because I really genuinely thought we would have 0. Like, I thought, because each song hits different to each other. You know, we have you have certain tastes, I have certain tastes. I like certain genres, you like certain genres. I genuinely did not believe we would have 1, let alone 2, let alone 3, let alone 4. Oh my goodness. So, unfortunately, mine that was on here at number 5 is not going to be part of the top 3. And your number 1, Seven Nation Army, unfortunately, is not going to be part. But we have 4 that made it. So the closest one on here, I had at number 2, or you had at number 2, Say My Name by Hozier. I had at number 3. You had Come Together at number 4. I had it at number 2, and you had Goodbye Yellow Brick Road at number 3, and I had it at number 4. So I think this is going to be easy as well. I think our number 3...
I'm glad you think so.
Oh, no, I do. And here's why. It's a numbers game. It's all about the numbers, yo. It's 765. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road scored a 7. That is our number 3. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Sarah Bareilles. And our number 2 is Come Together by Michael Jackson. And our number 1 song for season 1, number 1 cover is Say My Name by Hozier. And that's simply because of the math, the 765. Because if you add up the 2 and the 3, you get 5, and that's Hozier. You add up for Come Together, you add up the 2 and the 4, that's 6. And then for Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, you add up the 3 and the 4, and that's 7. So there you go. So we're going to stamp this stamp of approval. The top 3 covers of season 1 of Cover Wars are as follows. At number 3, we have the classic Elton John song, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, covered live by Sarah Bareilles. That's your number 3. Number 2, we have the fantastic Beatles classic Come Together, performed by Michael Jackson. That's your number 2. And your number 1 cover song of season 1 of Cover Wars by Destiny's Child, Say My Name, as performed by Hozier. Okay, Seth, how do you think we did on our very first season 1 finale live special event? What do you think?
I hate that Nothing Compares to You didn't make it, but you know what? Every single song on here was great. So
yeah, I mean, that's the difficult part about it, is that when we listen to this playlist back, and it's filled with spoilers, so we can't share the playlist. You're just going to have to go back and listen to all the... No, I'm just kidding. We might share it eventually. And if you're listening to this live, I think you deserve it. Like, I'll send it to you. I'll send you the playlist if you want. But I don't think I'm going to post it on here because it's too spoilery. You don't want to spoil the whole season.
I see.
You see what I'm saying? We're giving away the ending to all of our episodes.
Maybe down the road you could.
Way down the road.
Yeah.
Like, once you hit another town down the road, you know? But, yeah, so where was I? I was saying something. What was I saying? I don't even know. Reach into my brain right now and tell me what I meant to say. I don't know. But yeah, oh yeah. So when I was listening to the playlist, that's what I was saying. There were certain songs where I'm like, how did we choose this as our number 1? Because I like it, but I don't know. But it's because the other songs that were so good from the playlist made them sound like they weren't as good. And that's the unfortunate part about listening to a playlist filled with number 1s. you're going to like some of the number ones less than the other number ones. That's just because the other number ones are so good. And yeah, it's an embarrassment of riches is what it is.
Gallagher Guy 88 gave us some applause and said you did great. Carolina Girl gave us awesome show, guys. So
great. Well, thank you so much for watching and listening. And if anybody wants to be a guest on a show, please contact us. Hey, Seth, where can they contact us?
So you can email us at coverwarspodcast@gmail.com. We are on at Coverwars Podcast at YouTube, Coverwars Podcast at Facebook and TikTok. And that's it.
All right. Well, hey, so Seth, I don't know if you knew this, guys, but Seth is also a co-host of another great, excellent podcast called Movies at Grandma's House, which is it's kind of like modern takes on old classics from your childhood, family favorites. Seth, what can you tell them about Movies at Grandma's House?
Movies at Grandma's House is a review podcast where we review movies, whether they be new or old, and we give our opinions on whether or not you should take them home, watch them at Grandma's, or hide them in the attic. And also, you can reach us there at YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and we have a newsletter and Patreon and movies at grandma's house at gmail.com as well.
Yeah, definitely check them out. It is so much fun. I've been on, had the pleasure of being a guest on the show numerous times. It's so much fun. And yeah, I mean, so many great takes on not, yeah, like you said, not only the old stuff, but the new movies too. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you go back and you revisit one and you're like, that wasn't as good as I remember. And other times you go back and you revisit one and you're like, wow, I really must have missed out on something as a kid because this is so good.
Yes.
So definitely check them out. Also, some of the other friends that we mentioned of the show, Ben has his links, Toybox Gamer. Check him out on the socials as well, on YouTube and on definitely on TikTok too, Toybox Gamer, because he reviews games. He does some really cool thrift videos where he goes into like Goodwills and finds really cool stuff. So check him out too. And then our other friend Sheldon, that is Galaga Guy 88. Does excellent gaming live. He's actually, if you go to Galaga Guy 88, you can hop on his lives. He does lives most Friday nights at 10:30. Check out his channel. He makes great drinks and he plays awesome games. And he's got an arcade in his house. How cool is that?
And because it's live, I forgot to mention Isaac. I'm his co-host for Movies at Grandma's House.
Oh yeah, Seth is on the show. Wait, didn't I thought I said that. Maybe I didn't, because yeah,
I don't know, but I didn't say it.
Seth's on that show too, so check that out. So, all right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us for our very first live and putting up with our crazy antics like drinking honey out of an empty upside down bear. Well, it wasn't empty yet. It will be by the end of the night. All right, everybody. Thanks again. And, oh, hey, if you're ever out there and you're all alone and you don't know where to go for songs covered by artists other than the original, Seth and I, we got you covered. Bye, everybody.